Hi friends, and happy Saturday. I have a cupcake. Today we had Zoe's birthday at the park, and it was really fun. But I was way too busy helping host and chat with everybody that I did not have time to eat a cupcake. And they are cupcakes from my favorite bakery. So I'm eating one now. But I also wanted to tell you about Dr. Streator. He's a real doctor. He's a doctor at Kaiser here in Clovis. I want to tell you about something that happened a couple weeks ago. So, my regular doctor was not available, and like many of you, I have been suffering from sinus issues. The weather, the heat, the air, I don't know what. So my doctor wasn't available. So you go online and with Kaiser, and you can make an appointment online. So you don't know who the doctor is. So I made an appointment at 11 o'clock, and I needed to babysit at 1 o'clock, but I thought 2 hours. Literally, the doctor's 5 minutes away. I get over there. I've never had to wait at Kaiser. Never. I go in maybe 5-10 minutes at the most. So I go in there, check in. That's fine. They go in, they weigh you, they bring you back to the room, they take your blood pressure, ask you, what are you coming to see the doctor for today? So I tell her, okay, no problem. So my appointment was at 11. I get back to the room, probably about, by the time they do all that stuff, weigh you, all that, it's like 11:20 now, 11:25. Like, okay, I'm not worried in the least. I don't have to be home until 1 o'clock. It takes 5 minutes to get home. No problem. So now it is 12 o'clock and I'm still in the room. So now it's been an hour since my appointment, my scheduled appointment time. So I go out to the nurse's station and I say, I have an 11 o'clock appointment, and I'm just wondering what time you think that the doctor's going to be coming in. And she says, who's your appointment with? Oh, Dr. Streator. And the nurse was really nice. Nice young girl. She said, you're not a regular patient of Dr. Streator's, are you? And I said, no, why? Does he speed it up for his regular patients and everyone else? He just kind of lets wait? And she chuckled, and I wasn't, I just said it in a half-hearty way, not mean or anything. And she said, no, but if you know Dr. Streator, he does take a long time with his patients. I said, okay. I said, well, it's 12 o'clock now. I said, what's the likelihood of me being finished by 12:45? I said, I have to babysit at 1 o'clock. She said, well, let me go in and talk to him. Go ahead and go back to the room, and I will go in and talk to him, and then I'll come into the room and let you know. Okay. So about 12:15, she comes back in, and she says, Dr. Streator has one patient in front of you, and he should be here he'll be here right after that. I said, okay. So now it's like 12:30 and no Dr. Streator. So I go back to the nurse's station and I'm saying, okay, I need to leave in 15 minutes. And I said, I know once he gets in here, it's going to take, very quickly. He just has to look down my throat, look in my ear. So, you know, won't take very long. Write me a prescription possibly. So she says, well, I'll go and check with him. So about 3 minutes later, I hear the doctor going into the room next door. And I'm hearing him talking to the gentleman. I thought, okay, well, you know what? If he's going to be in there talking to him, and she said that, you know, he talks to his patients a long time, then I think I'm going to have to leave. And the nurse was really nice. She said, you know what? If you have to leave, we can reschedule. The only problem is that they couldn't reschedule for like 2 days later. So I was really trying to keep this appointment if I could. And I called to try to see if maybe I could be a little bit late for babysitting, but Kaylee really needed to leave. So she said, you know, so she really needed me to be there at 1 o'clock. So anyway, about 2 minutes later, knock, 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 Dr. Streator walks in. So I'm kind of irritated, you know, and he walks in. He is the nicest man, I'm telling you. He came in, he sat down, he looked right at me and he said, how are you today? And I said, well, and I started to say, you know, my sinuses, no, 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 no. And he put his hand on my knee and kind of tapped me a little bit. He said, how are you today? Well, I was having a crazy week already. And it was only like Wednesday or something. And I wasn't feeling good. And I had all these things to do. And Raleigh had been working a lot. And just, you know, it's one of those times when just everything is happening. And then you get sick on top of it. And it's like, great, one more thing. I swear, I just wanted to just like start crying at that moment and say, if everything's awful right now. And, you know, and so many things are going on. And so many things have gone wrong and whatever. But I just said, you know, doctor, I said, I'll be honest with you. I said, it's been a tough week this week. And I said, and me not feeling well does not help at all. He said, we're going to take care of that. He said, and then you'll be fine, right? He said, tell me something that made you happy this week. And I said, well, of course, my granddaughter. So we start talking about Zoe and we start talking about my family, and he starts telling me about his family, and 15 minutes later, he is complimenting me on working with the students that I work with and doing what I do, and just telling me that, you know, I make a difference in the world. And I don't know. I just thought, that's not at all what I expected to happen after waiting for an hour and almost an hour and a half, whatever. I left there and I went back to the nurse's station and I said, I know why Dr. Streator takes a long time with his patients. And I was so angry that I was writing on Yelp while I was waiting and reviewing him and saying, this is ridiculous. I've never had to wait this long. And I haven't done it yet. I need to go back and I need to revise and edit or update my Yelp review to say this is the reason why he takes so long with his patients, because he is such an awesome person and wonderful doctor. I left out of there just feeling like, wow, okay, I make a difference in the world. And I don't know, he just made me feel really good. And I didn't have strep throat and I didn't have a sinus infection. So I just need to continue taking Claritin, which is ridiculous, but that's besides the point. I really do like this doctor, and I really think that I'm going to change so that he is my doctor. This man, by the way, is from Atlanta, and he is 78 years old. He's been practicing medicine since his early 20s, he said. He was telling me about his sister, who is a professor at Spelman, I think, one of the colleges in Atlanta. And he has other family members. He told me about his mother that passed away last year. He's a Christian. So, I don't know. I just think he's a fantastic person. So, you know, I would have missed out on having that experience with him had I left and been upset. So I'm glad that I ended up staying. I'm glad that I ended up having that conversation with Dr. Streator. And I guess my message in this talk is to do things in God's time and to listen and look for those moments when maybe he's trying to make us wait and be patient because something beautiful and wonderful may be happening after our wait. That's it. That's it. I hope you're having a wonderful weekend and you're doing things you love with people you love. God bless everyone.